Okay, 8.6, we've got two videos that we're going to look at, linear equations in two variables. The first thing you need to be able to do for this section is to be able to take a linear equation, that is an equation in two variables, and ours will always be x and y, and solve it for the y value. So that means to get the y term by itself on the left-hand side. So the steps are always the same. You want to get rid of the x term either by adding or subtracting it to both sides of the equal sign, and then you need to divide by the number in front of the y. So the first thing we'll have to do is get rid of this positive 2x. So to do that, we're going to subtract 2x from both sides of the equal sign. Okay, the two x's will cancel here because they're opposites, and we'll bring down negative 3y, bring down the equals, and these are not like terms, so we're just going to write it down 12 minus 2x. Remember, to be like terms, they must have the same variable and exponents. This term does not have the variable x. They're not like terms. Now, the y is not completely by itself. It has a leading coefficient here of a negative 3. We want the coefficient in front of the y to be a 1, so I want to divide this by negative 3. Well, if I divide the left side, remember I need to divide everything on the right as well. So negative 3 divided by negative 3 gives me 1y, or y. 12 divided by negative 3 gives me negative 4. Negative 2 divided by negative 3 doesn't divide evenly, so you're going to write that as a positive, which means plus 2/3 x. And now the equation is solved for y. So you're done. Whoops, kind of missed that one, didn't I? Okay, let's try another one. Remember the steps. Get rid of the x term, divide by the coefficient in front of the y. So to get rid of this x term, since it's positive, remember that's positive 1x. So I'm going to subtract 1x from both sides. So the x's will cancel, bring down the negative 2y equals 0 minus something is just whatever that something is, so this is going to be negative 1x. Now I need to get the y term by itself, so divide everything by negative 2. And y equals, remember, negative divided by a negative is a positive, so that becomes y equals 1/2 x. Okay, and that term is solved for y. All right, let's do one last example. Here we have a negative 3x to begin with. Remember, to get rid of a negative, I'm going to be adding 3x to both sides. I'm not going to subtract it because it's already negative. So this now cancels the x terms, bring down the negative 5y. These are again not like terms, so we'll say negative 9 plus 3x. You're going to divide everything by the number in front of the y, so divide each term by negative 5. And of course the negative 5's cancel, so you get y equals, this doesn't divide evenly, so leave it in fraction form. Negative divided by a negative is a positive, so that'd be 9/5. Positive divided by a negative is a negative. 3 divided by 5 again doesn't divide evenly, so leave it 3/5 x. You're going to need that skill when you do the rest of this section, which is solve the equation for y is your first step, and then we're going to extend that and find 3 solutions. So go to the next video for that instruction.